In the vast tapestry of human wisdom, few figures loom as large as Confucius, the ancient Chinese philosopher whose teachings have shaped the moral and social fabric of East Asia for over 2 millennia. Welcome to our journey into the profound and practical wisdom of Confucius, encapsulated in 100 of his most insightful sayings. These sayings, compiled in the Analects, offer a window into the mind of a man who sought to cultivate the perfect society through virtue, propriety, and the pursuit of knowledge. Whether you're a student of philosophy, a seeker of wisdom, or simply someone curious about the cultural roots of East Asia, these quotes will provide a rich tapestry of insight and guidance. So, let's embark on this enlightening voyage together. We'll discover the principles that guided Confucius and his followers, principles that still have the power to inspire and instruct us in our modern lives. Get ready to unlock the wisdom of the ages as we explore the 100 most impactful sayings of Confucius. And now, let's begin with the first of these timeless teachings. The way of the great learning is to illuminate illustrious virtue, to renew the people, and to rest in the highest good. This phrase emphasizes the importance of moral enlightenment, social renewal, and striving for the highest form of goodness. Number 2. To be sincere in one's intentions means not to deceive oneself, to loathe what is evil as one loathes a bad smell, and to love what is good as one loves a beautiful color. This is called self-respect, and therefore, a gentleman must be cautious when alone. This speaks to the importance of sincerity and self-awareness, and the need for a gentleman to maintain moral conduct even in solitude. Number 3. Wealth adorns the house, virtue adorns the body. A broad mind brings a calm and comfortable body. Therefore, a gentleman must be sincere in his intentions. This highlights that virtue is more important than material wealth and contributes to one's well-being and peace of mind. Number 4. No one knows the faults of their own child, or the richness of their own growing crops. This proverb warns against self-deception and emphasizes the importance of objective observation. Number 5. A gentleman demands of himself, a small man demands of others. This emphasizes the difference in self-discipline between a gentleman and a small man. Number 6. How lovely is the peach tree, with its luxuriant foliage. This young lady is going to her home. She will harmonize well with her family. This uses a quote from the Book of Odes to illustrate a harmonious family relationship. Number 7. When emotions of pleasure, anger, sorrow, and joy have not yet arisen, it is called equilibrium. When they arise and all attain due measure, it is called harmony. Equilibrium is the great foundation of the world, and harmony is its universal path. When equilibrium and harmony are realized, heaven and earth will attain their proper positions, and all things will be nourished. This discusses the concepts of equilibrium and harmony as the foundation of the world. Number 8. Do not impose on others what you yourself do not desire. This is the golden rule of reciprocity. Number 9. To learn with assiduity is near to wisdom. To act with vigor is near to benevolence. To feel shame is near to courage. This links learning, action, and shame with wisdom, benevolence, and courage, respectively. Number 10. In all affairs, being prepared leads to success, while lack of preparation leads to failure. This emphasizes the importance of preparation in achieving success. Number 11. Study extensively, inquire deeply, deliberate carefully, distinguish clearly, and practice earnestly. This outlines the steps of effective learning. Number 12. The way of heaven and earth may be completely described in one sentence. It is without doubleness, and so it produces things in a way that cannot be fathomed. The way of heaven and earth is vast, deep, high, brilliant, enduring, and long-lasting. This describes the nature of the way of heaven and earth. Number 13. The way of the superior man is seen in its simple and unvarying character, while that of the mean man is seen in its contrariety. The way of the superior man, while simple, ceases not to be admired. It is plain, yet full of elegance, bland, yet with discrimination. He knows how what is distant grows out of what is near. He knows from where the wind proceeds. He knows how the subtle becomes manifest. Such a man may be said to have entered into virtue. This contrasts the way of the superior man with that of the mean man. Number 14. Is it not pleasant to learn with a constant perseverance and application? Is it not delightful to have friends coming from distant quarters? Is he not a man of complete virtue, who feels no discomposure though men may take no note of him? This highlights the joys of learning, friendship, and inner peace. Number 15. I daily examine myself on 3 points: whether, in transacting business for others, I may have been not faithful; whether, in intercourse with friends, I may have been not sincere; whether I may have not mastered and practiced the instructions of my teacher. This emphasizes self-reflection and personal integrity. Number 16. To value virtue as other men value beauty. To serve one's parents as one is able to serve them. To serve one's prince as one is able to serve him. To be sincere in one's words in intercourse with one's friends. Of such a person, though men say that he has not learned, I will say that he has learned. This defines true learning as practical application of virtues. Number 17. In practicing the rules of propriety, a natural ease is to be prized. This emphasizes the importance of naturalness in ritual practice. Number 18. The superior man seeks neither fullness nor comfort in his eating. He is anxious to be earnest in what he is doing, and careful in his speech. He frequents the company of men of principle that he may be rectified by them. Such a person may be said to love to learn. This describes the characteristics of a person who loves to learn. Number 19. I do not grieve that men do not know me. I grieve that I do not know men. This emphasizes the importance of understanding others over being understood. Number 20. He who exercises government by means of his virtue may be compared to the North Polar Star, which keeps its place and all the stars turn towards it. This uses the analogy of the North Star to illustrate the power of virtuous leadership. Number 21. The book of poetry contains 300 pieces, but the design of them all may be embraced in one sentence: having no depraved thoughts. This summarizes the essence of the book of poetry as purity of thought. Number 22. At 15, I had my mind bent on learning. At 30, I stood firm. At 40, I had no doubts. At 50, I knew the decrees of heaven. At 60, my ear was an obedient organ for the reception of truth. At 70, I could follow what my heart desired, without transgressing what was right. This describes the stages of Confucius's self-cultivation. Number 23. If a man keeps cherishing his old knowledge, so as continually to be acquiring new, he may be a teacher of others. This emphasizes the importance of continuous learning and reflection. Number 24. The superior man is Catholic and not partisan. The mean man is partisan and not Catholic. This distinguishes between the open-mindedness of a superior man and the narrow-mindedness of a mean man. Number 25. Learning without thought is labor lost. Thought without learning is perilous. This emphasizes the importance of balancing learning and thinking. Number 26. To know what you know and know what you don't know. That is true knowledge. This defines true knowledge as self-awareness of one's own knowledge and ignorance. Number 27. If a man have no faith, what is he good for? A large cart without the yoke bar, a small cart without the yoke pin, how can they get along? This emphasizes the importance of trustworthiness. Number 28. If this can be borne, what may not be borne? This expresses strong disapproval of a certain action. Number 29. The Quan Su is expressive of enjoyment without being licentious, and of grief without being hurtfully excessive. This comments on the proper expression of emotions in poetry. Number 30. It is virtuous manners which constitute the excellence of a neighborhood. If a man in selecting a residence does not fix on one where such prevail, how can he be wise? This emphasizes the importance of choosing a virtuous environment. Number 31. The superior man thinks of virtue, the small man thinks of comfort. The superior man thinks of the sanctions of law, the small man thinks of favors which he may receive. This contrasts the concerns of the superior man and the small man. Number 32. He who is not in any particular office does not devise its plans. This emphasizes the importance of being in the appropriate position to offer advice. Number 33. The mind of the superior man is conversant with righteousness. The mind of the mean man is conversant with gain. This contrasts the motivations of the superior man and the small man. Number 34. When you see men of worth, think of equaling them. When you see men of a contrary character, turn inwards and examine yourself. This emphasizes the importance of learning from both positive and negative examples. Number 35. The superior man wishes to be slow in his words and earnest in his conduct. This emphasizes the importance of action over empty words. Number 36. Rotten wood cannot be carved. This metaphor illustrates the futility of trying to improve someone who is fundamentally flawed. Number 37. To be fond of learning is near to wisdom. To practice with vigor is near to benevolence. To know shame is near to fortitude. This links different qualities with virtues. Number 38. His wisdom may be attainable. His stupidity cannot be attained. This praises someone's unique form of stupidity, which is actually a form of deep wisdom or integrity. Number 39. When natural substance prevails over ornamentation, you have rusticity. When ornamentation prevails over natural substance, you have the clerk. When the ornamentation and natural substance are equally blended, you have the true gentleman. This emphasizes the importance of balance between inner substance and outward appearance. Number 40. To be fond of it is better than merely to know it. To delight in it is better than merely to be fond of it. This emphasizes the importance of finding joy in what one does. Number 41. To those whose talents are above mediocrity, the highest subjects may be announced. To those who are below mediocrity, the highest subjects may not be announced. This emphasizes tailoring instruction to the student's level. Number 42. The wise find pleasure in water. The benevolent find pleasure in mountains. The wise are active, the benevolent are still. The wise are joyful, the benevolent are long-lived. This saying uses the imagery of water and mountains to illustrate the characteristics of wisdom and benevolence. Wise people, like flowing water, are dynamic, adaptable, and enjoy movement and change. Benevolent people, like steadfast mountains, are calm, stable, and find contentment in stillness and enduring strength. This also suggests a correlation between these qualities in life outcomes. The wise are associated with joy, while the benevolent are associated with longevity. Number 43. Silently to remember what I have learned, to learn without satiety, and to teach others without being wearied. What have I wherein to be like these? This describes the qualities of a dedicated learner and teacher. Number 44. If riches could be found by seeking them, I would do so, even though I should become a groom with whip in hand. If they cannot be found by seeking them, I will follow what I love. This expresses a preference for pursuing one's passions over material wealth if the latter is unattainable. Number 45. He who requires much from himself and little from others, will keep himself from being the object of resentment. This emphasizes self-discipline and leniency towards others. Number 46. When I walk along with two others, they may serve me as my teachers. I will select their good qualities and follow them, their bad qualities and correct them in myself. This emphasizes learning from everyone, both positive and negative examples. Number 47. The master used 4 things in teaching: letters, ethics, devotion of soul, and truthfulness. This outlines the 4 main areas of Confucius's teaching. Number 48. The superior man is calm and composed. The mean man is constantly full of distress. This contrasts the inner state of the superior man and the mean man. Number 49. When a bird is about to die, its notes are mournful. When a man is about to die, his words are good. This suggests that people show their true nature when facing death. Number 50. The scholar may not be without breadth of mind and vigorous endurance. His burden is heavy and his course is long. Perfect virtue is the burden which he considers it is his to sustain. Is it not heavy? Only with death does his course stop. Is it not long? This emphasizes the importance of perseverance and dedication in pursuing virtue. Number 51. The master entirely banished 4 things: speculation, dogmatism, obstinacy, and egoism. This describes the qualities Confucius avoided. Number 52. Looking up to him, I saw him high indeed. Drilling into him, I found him more firm. Following him, I found him right before me. The master, by orderly method, skillfully leads men on. He enlarged my mind with learning, and restrained me with the rules of propriety. This describes the profound influence of Confucius's teaching. Number 53. The master, standing by a stream, said, "It passes on just like this, not ceasing day or night." This reflects on the relentless passage of time. Number 54. I have not seen one who loves virtue as he loves beauty. This expresses the rarity of truly valuing virtue. Number 55. A youth is to be regarded with respect. How do we know that his future will not be equal to our present? If he reach the age of 40 or 50, and has not made himself heard of, then indeed he is not worth being regarded with respect. This emphasizes the potential of youth and the importance of continuous development. Number 56. The commander of the forces of a large state may be carried off, but the will of even a common man cannot be taken from him. This highlights the strength of individual will. Number 57. It is only when winter comes that we know the pine and cypress are the last to fade. This uses the pine and cypress as a metaphor for resilience in adversity. Number 58. While you are not able to serve men, how can you serve spirits? This emphasizes the importance of focusing on the practical matters of human life before concerning oneself with the supernatural. Number 59. Death and life have their determined appointment. Riches and honors depend upon heaven. Let the superior man have respect for these appointments, and there will be no error in his conduct. Let him be careful in his personal conduct, and full of propriety in his treatment of men, and within the 4 seas all will be his brothers. This discusses the acceptance of fate and the importance of proper conduct. Number 60. The superior man seeks to perfect the admirable qualities of men, and does not seek to perfect their bad ones. The mean man does the opposite of this. This contrasts the actions of the superior man and the mean man in relation to others. Number 61. Government means correctness. If you lead on with correctness, who will dare not to be correct? This emphasizes the importance of moral leadership in governance. Number 62. If names be not correct, language is not in accordance with the truth of things. If language be not in accordance with the truth of things, affairs cannot be carried on to success. Therefore a superior man considers it necessary that the names he uses may be spoken appropriately, and also that what he speaks may be carried out appropriately. This emphasizes the importance of accurate language and clear definitions in governance and social order. Number 63. Though a man may be able to recite the 300 odes, yet if, when entrusted with governmental duties, he knows not how to act, or if, when sent on a mission to any quarter of the empire, he cannot answer independently, though he may have learned much, of what practical use is it? This emphasizes the importance of practical application of knowledge over mere rote memorization. Number 64. When a prince's personal conduct is correct, his government is effective without the issuing of orders. If his personal conduct is not correct, he may issue orders, but they will not be followed. This reiterates the importance of moral leadership. A ruler's actions speak louder than words. Number 65. The superior man is affable but not partisan. The mean man is partisan but not affable. This contrasts the social interactions of the superior man and the mean man. Number 66. The superior man is easy to serve but difficult to please. If you try to please him in any way which is not accordant with right, he will not be pleased. But in his employment of men, he uses them according to their capacity. The mean man is difficult to serve, but easy to please. If you try to please him, though it be in ways which are not accordant with right, he may be pleased. But in his employment of men, he wishes them to be equal to everything. This contrasts the qualities of those who are easy to work for versus those who are easy to work with. Number 67. To see what is right and not to do it is want of courage. This emphasizes the importance of acting upon one's moral convictions. Number 68. The superior man is ashamed of his words outstripping his deeds. This emphasizes the importance of aligning words and actions. Number 69. Someone said, "What do you say concerning the principle that injury should be recompensed with kindness?" The master said, "With what then will you recompense kindness? Recompense injury with justice, and recompense kindness with kindness." This addresses the question of how to respond to injury and kindness. Number 70. The master said, "Do you think, I am one who learns many things and keeps them in memory?" He replied, "Yes, is it not so?" "No," said he, "I have one thread that runs through them all." This emphasizes the importance of underlying principles that connect all knowledge. Number 71. To be able to speak to a man, and not to speak to him, this is to lose the man. To be unable to speak to him, and yet to speak to him, this is to lose one's words. The wise man neither loses men nor loses words. This emphasizes the importance of knowing when and when not to speak. Number 72. There are those who attain their end by sacrificing their lives to preserve their virtue. This highlights the ultimate sacrifice one might make for moral principles. Number 73. If a workman wants to do a good job, he must first sharpen his tools. This emphasizes the importance of preparation and having the necessary means to achieve one's goals. Number 74. He who does not think far ahead will find sorrow close at hand. This warns against short-sightedness and emphasizes the importance of planning for the future. Number 75. To require much from oneself and little from others is the way to prevent resentment. This emphasizes self-discipline and leniency towards others as a way to avoid conflict. Number 76. The superior man seeks what is in himself. The small man seeks what is in others. This contrasts the focus of the superior man on self-improvement and the small man on external factors. Number 77. What you do not want done to yourself, do not do to others. This is the classic formulation of the Golden Rule, emphasizing reciprocity in interpersonal relations. Number 78. Lack of patience in small matters will spoil great plans. This warns against letting minor irritations disrupt important endeavors. Number 79. To have faults and not to reform them. This, indeed, should be pronounced having faults. This emphasizes the importance of correcting one's mistakes. Number 80. I have been the whole day without eating, and the whole night without sleeping, occupied with thinking. It was of no use. It is better to learn. This emphasizes the value of learning in practical study over unproductive contemplation. Number 81. In the presence of true virtue, a man should not yield place even to his teacher. This emphasizes the paramount importance of upholding virtue, even above respecting one's teacher. Number 82. In teaching there should be no distinction of classes. This emphasizes the universality of education and its accessibility to all, regardless of social standing. Number 83. Those whose courses are different cannot lay plans for one another. This emphasizes the difficulty of cooperation between those with fundamentally different values or goals. Number 84. He does not mind his poverty, but only that men are not equally distributed. He does not mind his being few, but only that the people are not living in peace. For where there is such equality, there will be no poverty, and where there is such harmony, there will be no scarcity, and where there is such a state of peace, there will be no subversion. This emphasizes the importance of equitable distribution and social harmony for stability and prosperity. Number 85. To speak to a man without being ready to speak is rash. Not to speak to a man when you are ready to speak is to withhold. To see one's countenance and not speak is to be blind. This emphasizes the importance of timing and discernment in communication. Number 86. The master said, there are three things which the superior man guards against. In youth, when his physical powers are not yet settled, he guards against lust. When he is strong, he guards against quarrelsomeness. When he is old, when his physical powers are decayed, he guards against covetousness. This emphasizes the importance of self-control and adapting one's focus to different stages of life. Number 87. Those who are born with the possession of knowledge are the highest class of men. Those who learn, and so readily get possession of knowledge, are the next. Those who are dull and stupid, and yet strive to learn, are another class next to these. As to those who are dull and stupid and yet do not learn, they are the lowest of the people. This categorizes people based on their natural aptitude and their attitude towards learning. Number 88. The superior man has 9 things which he considers: in seeing, to see clearly; in hearing, to hear distinctly; in looks, to be mild; in demeanor, to be respectful; in words, to be loyal; in affairs, to be careful; in doubts, to ask; when angry, to think of the difficulties that may ensue; and when he sees gain, to think of righteousness. This outlines the 9 considerations of a superior man in various situations. Number 89. By nature, men are nearly alike. By practice, they get to be very different. This emphasizes the role of nurture and practice in shaping character and abilities. Number 90. He who is in office, thinking only of his own profit, will be much murmured against. This warns against prioritizing personal gain while in a position of authority. Number 91. It is only women and small men who are difficult to deal with. If you are friendly with them, they become disrespectful. If you keep them at a distance, they complain. This expresses a common sentiment, though potentially problematic in modern context, about the perceived difficulty of dealing with certain types of people. Number 92. What is past cannot be helped, but what is to come may still be prevented. This emphasizes the importance of focusing on the future and learning from past mistakes. Number 93. Daily recognize what you are deficient in, and monthly do not forget what you have attained to. You can be said to love learning. This emphasizes continuous self-improvement and consistent review of acquired knowledge. Number 94. Learn extensively, be firm in your purpose, inquire with earnestness, and reflect on what is at hand. Virtue is in such a course. This outlines the path to achieving virtue through learning, dedication, inquiry, and reflection. Number 95. The superior man has three things in which he delights. That he is naturally benevolent, he delights in this. That he is naturally wise, he delights in this. That he is naturally sincere, he delights in this. This describes the three qualities in which a superior man finds joy. Number 96. In the great matters, it is sufficient to attain a medium standard. In small matters, it is proper to aim at the highest excellence. This suggests different standards for different types of actions. Number 97. The student, having completed his learning, should apply himself to be an officer. The officer, having discharged his duties, should apply himself to learning. This emphasizes the cyclical relationship between learning and practice. Number 98. Holding fast to virtue is not sufficient, unless along with it there be extensive learning. Believing firmly in the truth is not sufficient, unless along with it there be careful inquiry. If there be not these two things, however great men's attainments may be, I do not know how they can be pronounced complete. This emphasizes the need for both moral conviction and intellectual development. Number 99. Though small arts are worth being seen to, yet the apprehension is that they may hinder things of greater importance, and therefore the superior man does not practice them. This emphasizes prioritizing important matters over minor skills that might distract from greater goals. Number 100. Tsce Chang asked what were the characteristics of the good man. The master said, he does not tread in the footsteps of others, but moreover, he does not enter the chamber of the sage. Tsce Chang then asked what were the characteristics of the accomplished scholar. The master said, what do you mean by being accomplished? Tsce Chang replied, I mean that he is heard of throughout the state, and heard of in his clan. The master said, that is being distinguished, not being accomplished. The accomplished scholar is naturally straightforward and loves justice. He examines people's words, and looks at their countenances. He is anxious to humble himself to others, and is not ashamed to ask questions of those who are below him. Thus, he is heard of in the state, and he is heard of in his clan. This distinguishes between true accomplishment and mere fame, emphasizing moral qualities and humility.